Mr. T, whose real name is Laurence Tureaud, is well known for his big gold jewelry, his tough guy act, and let's not forget his infamous mohawk. We first met Mr. T in the movie called Penitentiary 2 in 1982, but he's best remembered for his role as Sylvester Stallone's boxer rival as James Clubber Lang in Rocky III. And this was when his famous catchphrase, "I Pay the Fool," was born. He was casted by Sylvester Stallone when he saw him on TV in NBC's America's Toughest Bouncer competition, and in 1983 he starred in the movie called DC Cab as Samson. From 1983 to 1985, Mr. T starred in his own cartoon series called Mr.T that aired on NBC for 3 seasons, where he played a gymnastics coach who solved mysteries while traveling the world, and at the end of each episode, Mr. T himself would tell the viewing audience a moral lesson. We also know him from the show called The A-Team, where he played B.A. Baracus for 5 seasons, from 1983 to 1987. You may also have seen him in several cameos as himself in shows like Silver Spoons, Different Strokes, and Blossom. Now, Mr. T had many jobs before he became an actor. He was born in Chicago, Illinois, where he was the youngest son of 12 kids. He was raised by his mother because his father left when he was really young. He went to Dunbar Vocational High School, where he played football and was on the wrestling team, where he became a 2-time wrestling champion. He also excelled in football and got a football scholarship at Prairie View A&M University, where he majored in mathematics, but he got expelled his very first year. And not long after that, Mr. T joined the United States Army and served in the Military Police Corps, and out of 6,000 troops won an honor of Top Trainee of the Cycle. And in November of 1975, he was awarded a letter of recommendation by his drill sergeant and was also promoted to squad leader. And after he was discharged from the Army, he decided to try out for the Green Bay Packers, but didn't make the team because he hurt his knee. He then worked as a bouncer at Chicago nightclubs, which is around the time when Mr. T's name came about. The reason he came up with the name was because when he was young, he would see some of his family members, like his brother, dad, and uncle, being called boy. So he came up with this name so when people said it, the first words out of their mouth would be Mr. This is also around the time he started to collect his jewelry, which apparently came from people that left him behind at the nightclubs. He also started to wear a mohawk, which came from a National Geographic photo of an African Mandinka warrior. When he worked in the nightclubs, he had a reputation of Chicago's toughest, most infamous bouncer. And because he came in contact with so many celebrities, he eventually became a celebrity bodyguard for nearly 10 years, protecting people like Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, and Muhammad Ali. He also got odd job offers, one being for Mr. T to assassinate a man's friend. The man even went so far as to send him an envelope full of money and the info of the person they wanted to kill. Mr. T refused the offer and even tried to contact the person whose life was in danger, but the person had died in a car accident. But when he met Sylvester Stallone in 1980, his life and career changed forever. So whatever happened to Mr. T? Well, in 1984, Mr. T had a strong reputation for trying to help young people, and he put out a soundtrack called Mr. T Commandments to encourage the youth to make good decisions, and he also put out an album called Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool, again aiming at young people to make better decisions. He also had a cereal named after him that was manufactured by Quaker Oats in 1984. And in 1985, Mr. T decided to become a professional wrestler. He became a tag team partner with none other than Hulk Hogan, a wrestling legend in WrestleMania 1, and they won. He decided to stay with WWF as a special WWF boxer. He also had a boxing match against Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 2 and won the boxing match in round 4. Now, after A-Team was canceled, Mr. T starred in a show called TNT from 1987 to 1990 for 3 seasons. He starred as a kid who was framed for a crime he didn't commit, but with the help of a young female lawyer, he was able to fight the charges and later on become a private detective. Now, towards the end of the 1990s, Mr. T was only doing the occasional commercial, mainly because of his health issues. Mr. T unfortunately found out that he had cancer called T-cell lymphoma in 1995, and as a result, his career suffered. But as he got better, he started to make some appearances in movies like Inspector Gadget in 1999, and he even did movies like Not Another Teen Movie and Judgment in 2001. In that very same year, Mr. T officially went into remission. And in 2005, when Hurricane Katrina hit and Mr. T saw the destruction that was left behind, he stopped wearing nearly all his gold. He said, "As a Christian, when I saw other people lose their lives and lose their land and property, I felt that it would be a sin before God for me to continue wearing my gold. I felt it would be insensitive and disrespectful to people who lost everything, so I stopped wearing my gold." But in 2010, when the value of gold was skyrocketing, he signed up to promote Gold Promise, a gold buying company. And in 2006, he was in a reality TV show called I Paid the Fool that aired on TV Land. And in 2009, he did a voiceover for the character Officer Earl Devereaux in the movie called Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. And on April 5, 2014, Mr. T got inducted into the WW Hall of Fame Celebrity Wing at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans, with his acceptance speech dedicated to his mother. And in 2015, he was in a home renovation show called I Pity the Tool, which aired on the DIY network for 6 episodes. And in 2017, you may have seen him on season 24 of Dancing with the Stars, even though he was third couple to be eliminated, finishing in 10th place. And as of today, Mr. T is 66 years old and has 3 children, 2 daughters and a son from his ex-wife Phyllis Clark. Unfortunately, Mr. T is not close with his daughter Erica Clark because of her career path. Erica used to be a teacher and now she's a stand-up comedian, and Mr. T didn't approve. There is also a young man claiming to be Mr. T's illegitimate son. His name is Alexander Taylor, and he filed a lawsuit against Mr. T, claiming that he walked out on him because he didn't fit into his Mr. T image, which caused him to become emotionally unstable and join a gang. And if you want to keep up with Mr. T, you can follow him on Twitter at Mr. T and Facebook at Official Mr. T. We wish nothing but the best for Mr. T. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Make sure to push that subscribe button so you can find out whatever happened to all your favorites.